Good morning and welcome to Devotions. I'm in my daughter's garden in Johannesburg as we celebrate the birth of her son Callan. We have just celebrated Heritage Day. What an amazing heritage we have inherited from the Trinity and the Word. And a person that I would like to celebrate as part of my heritage as a woman is Lydia. We read about her in Acts 16:11-40. The disciples travelled to Philippi, which was a Roman colony, on their quest to spread Christianity. They were on a hunt to find a quiet place to pray, but instead they encounter a group of women and stop, no doubt, to bring them the good news. Lydia originally hailed from Thyatira, which is in Turkey. Perhaps she brought her business to Philippi when her husband died. It says in Acts that she was a worshipper of God. The encounter with the disciples who were converting, whom they came across, was so successful because it says in verse 14 that she opened her heart. She was baptized then and there in the river, and when her household members and perhaps family saw her conversion, they were encouraged to be baptized too. What an amazing lady! She was a dealer in purple cloth, and as you know, that was the colour for royalty. Here was a successful businesswoman, convert, and obviously wealthy businesswoman, as she had a household of folk with her, ready to be of service to God by helping other Christians. We pause here and go back to Paul and Silas. They had run into trouble for preaching and are thrown in prison. When they are liberated by God's grace, she invited them to her home, not only because she was wealthy, but because she was thankful and hoped to show kindness to the Christians who had played such an important part in her life. She probably, as a wealthy businesswoman, was able to give Paul and companion supplies for their continued journey. Lydia was perceptive, generous, intelligent, and successful. I'm sure she played a major role in the church in Philippi going forward. God works through people by opening their hearts to help them believe the good news. As Paul explained who Jesus was and why he had to die for the sin of the world, Lydia showed a humble, trusting spirit. Her salvation to her entire household was an early example of how to win the souls of those closest to us. Lydia also credited God with her earthly blessings and was quick to share them with Paul and his friends. Her example of stewardship shows that we cannot pay God back for our salvation, but we do have an obligation to support the church and its missionary efforts. Ladies, when you contemplate Lydia's story, don't ever underestimate your contribution to your society, your importance in the church, in the salvation of others, and in your ability to become successful. I'd like to end with the following quote that I saw on a shop window. There are 7 days in the week, and someday is not one of them. So do enjoy your week. God bless, and see you soon.